Hello Blender folks, welcome Deception Bandy. So welcome folks. So here we are gonna do some more building character rigging in Blender 5.2.0 LTS, and this is the continuation. I have 1 hour and 40 minutes. I've calculated that should be enough for me to do some good progress here while not losing performance and not being too boring. So folks, I currently have for this shape keys LED rig the what would be called the so these bones we have but it's not so much about the bones themselves, it's about the it's about the mesh, right? The shape keys names, because we have a categorization of shape keys for facial expressions, remembering mocap, but it's this combination. It's very intricate. There, I believe the limits to this are yet not explored heavily, but it's labyrinthic if we go more in detail, but it is perfectly learnable. It's just a bit daunting. Like if you try to make this from scratch, that could be right without having the concept of this method, then it would be kind of tricky. But with some guides, it's surely, and some references, this turns out to be almost a copy-paste thing. But actually I'm doing a bit more. I'm doing some experimentation, some research, so I'm being inspired by other cartoon rigs using shape keys in Blender, but also from mocap. And here is documentation, VRC face tracking. We have some things that I'm gonna use from here. So I'm already using this one. For example, what I've made is the stretch. So this is what I've made. So mouth stretch, calling mouth and not lip. Yeah, so okay, then we can also, by using the same bone, we can then make the combination oops, not this. So we can make the combination of the happy and sad, so that will be a smile. I think this will be right, but let's see if there's anything like this. Yes, so we have a smile left. We have a double smile, which is the whole thing, I guess. And that's just it. Nothing more about smile. Let's see what if there's any. There don't seem to be any indication to that. This is one I'm gonna make. Mouth left and right. This is where we cannot use a mirror modifier with the shape keys, because it will collapse the mesh in the plane of symmetry. So this one is one of the only ones that we cannot do we cannot achieve if we with the shape keys face rig if we have a mirror modifier. And I want this because, however, we could achieve this in other ways, but because my rig is face rig is shape keys led by shape keys, then I don't want to make a lot of helper bones or structures for this wave painting. Yeah, deform bones for all this stuff. It's just I've already tried. It works, but it's complicated. Really, that's why I'm doing the shape keys approach, because I think it will be in the end more efficient for a bigger project with lots of characters that are similar in character design. Okay, so here we're gonna go for that one. Just making sure, mouth, smile, left, yeah. And the other reference will be, yeah, I've thrown. We have similar thing here, right? Okay, so we don't use this thing. Apparently we just make a smile. And I'm not gonna use this also, neither, because okay, so I need here, I'm gonna maximize, and we're gonna use the proportional editing. Later here we're gonna use this, and actually, yeah, we're using the mirror, and we're gonna lock this to the shape key left, same as the other ones. So here the tricky part is that, yes, I'm gonna make an exaggerated smile, and we need to have the I don't need to respect the shrink wrapping position, but it's better to keep stuff organized, right? I think we could snap. It might be snapping on a wrong target, so no, let's not, because it's not even visible. Also, I think I've disrupted the geometry. So here we could really expand this selection here. We probably don't need those features for now. I think what I'm missing yeah, no, it's really We could use some sort of... Why not, right? Yeah, and this time we need to be more attention to this thing as well. So yeah, we see it's still not good. Might be even missing some geometry here too. Okay, so I think we can try this. So what about the yeah, so this is one type and then there is the other type, right? We can combine them and then we start to have this nasty thing, right? So this is why even with the shrink wrap, interesting, right? But this is something that I wasn't expecting to get. You see, you can have a smile like this without this corrective smooth to fix this. Ah, this is the okay. So why this is happening is probably because I suspect that in this expression I'm pulling this mesh too further away there, while the smile should be more like this. So if this hypothesis is correct, because here is more about leveraging this than actually pulling to the side. So maybe I started wrongly and I need to reset. But let's try this for now. And let's see the neutral. Oh yeah, we can compare here. So that means that what I would like to have is actually I'd like to do more like this. Yeah, it's super weird right now. it's a very kind of abstract development. Because you need to understand, try to visualize the shape as a single axis thing. And okay, then let's assume we have this, and okay, it still causes that. So this is not any good, right? It's not helping. Although here we have this. You see, the intensity of the smile is like a separate thing. It's not like the same from the stretch. So I was trying to combine the stretch with the... Is there a frown? Or is sad? Oh yeah, there's from. So what's the difference between depressed during the action of the tucking, the lips going downwards, and curving the lips parabolically to look sad? Okay, so I got this. We don't have a pure frown apparently. There's a difference, but it's hard to tell here what's... And part of the sad expression subgroup. Okay, so that didn't work. I wonder if it's possibly because this one is wrong. In such case, could be that I exaggerated a little, but what would be these expressions without exaggeration, right? The stretch looks right to me. Yeah, then we have to fix the other one, but that's fine. Maybe we won't be able to escape the delta for the maximum stretch, since we are making sort of a combination of those things, right? So let's try then just to have a good looking smile. So I'm not trying to make the anatomy of the lips here. It's just making the lower lip not lose so much volume. Okay, let's say we use this. And let's make a driver for this. That will be just the... so the z-axis of this. Okay, why suddenly caused that? This is not right. Oh, because we had the other smile, of course. Yeah, actually it's just copy driver, paste driver. Probably you don't want this up like that. There are some volume gain, right? So little things to fix. Let's see what happens when we add the constant lips. It's not terrible, but it's not yeah. Because we have to, at least it's, I won't say it's comfortable to fix, but it sounds doable. So you see, we can have some degree of, yeah, so this is where the deformed bones tweaking sounds better, but maybe you'll need even two ways, like a more angular and one more rounded, right? Two smiles even. Yeah, I already have an idea. Maybe do the other one from rotation, right? So that this one will be, let's also see what happens if we Okay, so I don't understand how the shape keys are bypassing the shrink wrap here. Oh, of course I know why. Sure, I know why. It's because these are supposed to work like that, but so maybe for shape keys it was a mistake then. Well, let's try 09. I've still got some stuff there. Interesting, right? Yeah, so maybe this is the best way to go, but I'm considering, let's try a little more here. What about this one? Folks, with the inverse sonic melt rig, we can't do this for armature deform rig setup, but for this one that is led by shape keys, it's okay because we're not shrink wrapping bones and causing dependency cycles. We're just shrink wrapping meshes, and we're not even using deformed bones except for the jaw and the arcades and the head bone. Yeah, there's no lips bone and muzzle bones and all that for tweaking. So let's try maybe this. So by doing this, I have limitations that the lips, they will be kind of stuck into the mouth, which is not very good. So maybe this is too strong. Let's try. So maybe this would help. Yeah, at least for... Okay, let's go back here and make some... Okay, since I'm aware that I want to make 2 smiles, we're gonna... Okay, so let's use this. I'd like some automation here. How did they get automated? We cannot have linked data. So it's not like I can derive this into 2. whenever I fix one, although yeah, it's just bad. So what I can do here is just yeah, then I have to do for each one of them, unless I'm missing some other technique. Flip. Well, I'm not sure. Well, at least we have one smile, right? And we're going to yeah, and then we can expand. Yeah, so this is one smile, so we're gonna smile straight. We're gonna, I think it's duplicate, and then we're gonna flip, mirror the current shape key along the, okay. It doesn't automate that. I think this will do nothing actually. Yeah, we don't need to do this because it's symmetric, right? So just to duplicate, copy. No, we need to copy driver. Can I? I think it's already in use. No, it's working. Okay, so okay, let's try now. Oh, of course, it's locked. Okay, and here, yeah, it is the it's the corrective, right? The delta, unless, which is weird, right? Because how can this mesh bypass? Ah, of course. Okay, more. All right. It's still. And what about this one? Hmm. Maybe the subdivision. Mm-hmm. Looks like shrink wrap first and then subdivide. Or subdivide first, then shrink wrap. Well, it's creating some other artifacts in different places. Okay, maybe we can do this. And there's even another way that we subdivide, but I don't want this. No, there is this other thing that is the corrective smooth, right? Okay, I don't know why it's only smooth. Yeah, not good, right? It's just on the vertices which are causing trouble, right? Yeah, so I'm not gonna risk this yet. Yeah, maybe it will not be necessary. I'm not too familiar. I think it's not necessarily too heavy, but if I can get it right without it, you see that there are ways to do. Aha! So in here, for example, of course, I have a multiple activation. Give some ideas, right? All right, so it could be that because I'm shrink wrapping this anyways, maybe we can bring this, although it's probably, there'll be other combinations, so this is too dangerous to try to disrupt one to favor another. And here we just won't be able to do this properly if we are not watching. Yeah, rigging is fun. No, it can be, but this is not a disaster. That's actually cool, but it's daunting because you see how much work, at least in the workflow that I'm using, there will be to do, and probably with time I'll just get better and find better alternatives, but to solving problems. Let's see. Aha! So we got indeed some better. So my hypothesis was not wrong. The shrink wrap can indeed, the shrink wrap modifier can indeed solve deltas. If it couldn't, well, it can sort of help adjust deltas. As much as almost as a corrective, smooth corrective maybe. Not this, that this is, yeah, so it can kind of do something about that. Nope. So there's something about the subdivision. Let's see. Maybe we want this. No. Sharp edge or custom normals detected. This I don't know. Use creases for sure. Custom normals. I don't have custom normals, so better not. I know there's something here about geometry that can go nuts. Clear custom data. All right. Apparently I had custom data on the face, but no more. Okay, just making sure. There's one too. I don't know how they got there, but so the other solution for, so we can also control this with shape keys. The problem is that if they are joined in the face mesh object, it will be great, but they will lose their shrink wrap feature, which I'm not using right now, or yes, I'm using, which helps them glue to the surface there. So it's a strategy. If they are in the same object, they, oh yeah, what I'm talking about, they can, totally can. Okay, so that means that we can actually so shrink wrap arcades top. This there's this solidify problem. Maybe I'll just apply then. No, but then we have a problem there. Yeah. No, it's better to keep. Let's keep like this for now. It's not a problem. Though, if it's just the stretch, then it might be okay to actually. This one has a mirror modifier, right? But it's okay. We have the add-on. Maybe we can. Like, cara, você poderia fazer um tutorial de rigging, por favor? Bro, can you please make tutorial for rigging? Ah, good question. Well, I would like to make tons of tutorials, but the making video tutorials for YouTube, I would make shorts in the near future. That's my plan, was to make shorts. The problem is that YouTube is horrible for business model. For artists like me, apparently, they hate us and they don't care. They steal our content for their AI stuff. Like, I like to do the tutorials like for free to just share right? I believe in that, but the problem is that making video tutorials, it's really time consuming and enerving. It's hardcore. There are a lot of good tutorials out there. It's very hard to make good tutorials. So I have plans to make short tutorials that would be useful for the community. But right now I just don't have, immediately now, I have to split time between other tasks, other activities, professional stuff, life stuff, and I just can't find time to make tutorials. Even short tutorials, because the topics, I'd like to make rigging tutorials, animation tutorials, mostly those two kind of tutorials. And then I tried some guides, like making text tutorial, but turns out it's also very hard to make with it's probably easier than videos, but then it takes time. So sorry, right now I can't make tutorials, but I have some plans, so don't worry. Eventually, if things go well for me on this year 2026, and I keep progressing on some projects and get some new jobs and some stuff like that, then possibly there's a good chance then that I'll be able to get extra time to dedicate to tutorial making. Yeah. And then I'm gonna share some content that I would feel like that would be relevant, because also there is this idea of school, right? It's good when you find a channel that, yeah, there are some random tutorials that are life savior, made by just one person, made a single tutorial that's changed everything forever. But sometimes there are entire courses. Those are much harder to do than a single tutorial usually. And some of these are paid courses. I don't have the possibility for those as of yet. So it's very challenging, right? If YouTube paid me for what I have done already, it would be better for me to make tutorials, but right now it's like a trap. Streaming can also be a trap. That's why I'm timing this properly. Then I can make different types of streaming, right? If they are controlled in time, and maybe eventually I get some time for tutorials, because I've made tutorials, so I know how difficult it is. Video tutorials, right? And my tutorials are never very good anyways. Some at some point I got a little better, but not as good as many very good tutorial makers out there for Blender, including me. Okay, so what I need here is to get this. What we could do is join these objects, but for now, yeah, you know, maybe we can do that. Now that will require still more developments. Yeah, so I'm not gonna join them yet. Because I don't think there's yet two solidify modifiers. I don't know how they would interact because they need different values there. It's more about one, and then we decide with the wave paint. Yeah, it will be about the wave paint, but it will need a reset up, right? I understand your point of view. Yeah, thanks. Sorry for not being able to correspond for now, but yeah, if you're interested in rigging tutorials, like there is someone that asked that yesterday, I think, and I missed one piece of information in my channel here. I have some list here that will be, there's that thing. Access the channel, and then you can see there is this playlist, and so there are some playlists. Actually, in the beginning is better. Down there, okay, we have a speed run that counts as a tutorial. This is for grease pencil model sheet making, very good for modeling than rigging perhaps, but this is more for the model sheet thing. And here we get some highlights collection. This is important because at that time I was, instead of making tutorials, I was making highlights. So you have a collection here of yeah, custom shapes related, shape keys, blend shapes. Yeah, this is modeling, sculpting, universe, sonic modeling. It's very random. It was based on my workflow, what I was doing. Wave paint. So I like this one. It has a lot of tips in wave painting techniques like masking, corrective skinning. There are, yeah, here this could help too. And here we have older tutorials, right? No, this is actually, yeah. So here there's wiki rigs. This is older. This is even older. Yeah, so you can get probably, and this is just was a sort of a workshop, but essentially, and the rest doesn't really matter. Don't really matter for the. So this thing might be the best, I think. So here I have this playlist, and here we get a lot of do you know what clean zero waves is about? Get extension easy waves now. So then we get some so this is not exactly a tutorial. I recorded this on streaming, and then I grabbed the made a video. It took a lot of focus to and planning to do. It was yeah, it was very hard for me at least, but easier than tutorials still, and funnier. So it gave a different, so you see there are different had to draw all this thumbnail stuff. For me, this is hard. I don't like the making those stuff, but uh, so you see, trying to get some information here, whatever. And so you see there are a lot of content like this, not too much, but with this can already get a good boost in wave painting techniques inside Blender. Even though, yeah, so there are some topics that no one will, well, some are covered by other tutorial makers, but some things here not, so still precious, because some things you can only show on certain workflows, and sometimes it's very specific, right? So that is something that I would recommend if you want to watch some rigging tutorials. But then rigging is so vast that there would be lots of ways to do uh, yeah, so it's almost unlimited, right? The amount of content, yeah, it is unlimited, virtually unlimited. So okay, so what I want to do here is that we have a stretch here, and it is maximized, and from here we're gonna stretch this these arcades to match the like Pixar stuff, right? Well, not it doesn't seem to be, yeah, because the top arcade I think is not good. Yeah, probably something about the original mesh here. We need some revamping, probably. Oops, actually, I should do this from the basis. Still looking bad. Why is this so sharp, this thing? It's possibly because of the angle, but yeah, it should be incorrect. Okay, now we have a reverse effect, which is very bad. We need to kinda take care of that. Okay, now this is better, right? Then, yeah, it would be better if it will be on the same mesh. Really, yeah. You know what? Screw that. We're gonna. Okay, we're gonna first join this. And you see that they have that doesn't work, right? So we'll have to because the modifiers were overridden. Okay, so we're gonna copy selected modifiers, and now we join. Fine. So far this is clear. Yes, so this sounds good. Probably the shape of this is incorrect. I don't know why it is like this. And I don't know for, yeah, it's probably the double. Oh, this is okay. This is okay. I'm gonna get rid of one. Yeah, we could work with this way more, but here is what matters. We need to re-wave paint this thing. Okay, so probably we need to reduce these waves here. Currently, this is here. We got no. I mean, we need to augment. We're gonna give it, I don't know, 0.6. Okay, not working. Because of course. Okay, so Blender is going nuts now. active group. It's not Blender. At least it's giving the node, but it's so tiny I didn't notice. Okay, it's here. My mistake. Yes, so now I got something better. We can improve these curvatures. Yeah, so the arrangement of the geometry, of course, could be various ways. So now, if I were to okay, then we're gonna do the same for the bottom arcade, although I'm just scared. The reason I don't join right now. Now, are you rigging full face or just mouth area? It's the mouth area, though I'm soon will swap like to the face. Maybe even, yeah, there's in this next 15 minutes. Why not? Maybe we can try something on the eyes. But there's some geometry there of the eyelash still bad. Oh yeah, so let's try here. To get the mouth stretch here. So it's pretty simple. So there's some things that we need to be careful about this. For example, these rotations are very delicate here. It's probably not a great idea to have deliberate this rotation. Yes, on the this is okay. Rotation along the so we need this is the Z. So just 10 degrees or just 5 maybe. Yeah. Maybe if we ever need this, I exaggerated, but maybe we don't really want that much. First, we will, let's see. Maybe I should give a controller for this already. Yeah, why not? Okay, so we can All right, so this will be, I think this we can use for animation even, yeah, because in the character design, this is actually helpful, especially when you're trying to do this 2D like expressions, right? We need the lips sometimes to thin, not just from stretching and squashing, but really lose its 3D shape, maybe. Okay, so the next thing, I just have 11 minutes left. We're gonna make the other smile. Smile curve. Left. So differently than the other, which is straight, this one will be curve. We're already using the symmetrizer locker. No, we're not. So of course, I'm doing this slowly because I'm trying to learn. I'm still sort of not hardcore level in depth in this kind of shape keys facial rig. I have some at least intermediate to advanced experience, but I know a lot of the potentials. I've made several pretty challenging things like lip sync, mocap for VC face, like as a sport, but or for a project, but paid project, but still it's not my specialty. I would like, this is why I want to improve, because this method turns out that for facial expressions, the kind of cartoon that I want, it guarantees the shapes, the final shapes at least. And because of this implementation of the shrink wrap proxy ghost mesh or muzzle, this proxy helps the shrink wrap, and this solves what, or helps address in an automated way, which I find it's pretty useful. Maybe it doesn't work for game engines for exportation, or maybe just for certain kinds of exportations. Alembic, I don't know, never used this stuff. Something that secure the modifications of the mesh, even if they are not, if their processing is lost during exportation. What matters the shape of the mesh versus on each single frame, or yeah, if there's animation. So I don't know if that's the case, but apparently this technique exists, and it's called alembic, and it's like maybe it's like baking the, yeah, maybe I'm saying something that isn't true, because I never saw it with myself. I just read about it because I was researching. So this method here with shape key and the shrink wrap modifier with a proxy mesh might not work for exporting, but it certainly works for 3D animation inside Blender. The way to do this for exportation would be to have a helper bones, a legion of mini helper deformed bones for the stuff, and the bones themselves would shrink wrap to the face mesh, the proxy mesh, instead of the vertices, like a modifier, object modifier. That would allow that would actually solve the exportation problem, because then we can bake the deformed bones and track their motion. But this is a super tedious approach, but that could probably work for this kind of thing. So here, see, we have a curved smile, and even though it's after I made change to the lips, they are sinking, which is horrible. Don't say it won't work, but it's not good, right? So probably this happened not so much because of what we have here, although this can probably contribute to the bad aspect. Okay, apparently I have some mesh which is really behind. Because I kept picking the wrong mesh. Okay, it's not too bad now. We can keep doing these improvements forever, right? To be fair, I would stick to this for a much longer time, but fortunately, I think we can do this without breaking too much stuff. Really, what is more dangerous is really it's changing the topology, right? Mesh topology. But these tweakings, yeah, if they have deltas, we don't have any delta yet, so that could also pose some trouble. I still don't have a good smile shape here. It doesn't really look smiling. We need to... Yeah, I forgot. We need to make more dynamic developments here for this C kind of smile, right? The mesh is really going nuts here. Still testing to see what is the best approach here, but this seems to be reliable. I think it could be better. I just don't know yet. And here, of course, 2 minutes left. No, I'm gonna extrapolate a little, but really not anymore as I was doing, because now I know pretty much what needs to be achieved. Okay, so stop here for now. Now just a little more, and here I want to have the smile more in a closed mouth shape. It does feel like that if I had just another face loop, edge loop, maybe around here, it will be much better, right? But okay, so I think here we can also raise this mesh a little, right? Okay, so we're gonna then, well, it's not like this, it's duplicate R, then we're gonna change here, and now what we're gonna do is that we need the bones, right? So we're gonna use the same copy, but we're gonna change here to rotation. I don't know which kind of rotation. Let's try this. I think it might be the Z axis. No, it's the, it will be the Y. Negative, right? This value we want to see, we'll see in the driver directly. So this was in radians and this is in degrees. Okay, apparently it's not working. We need way more. Yeah, No, it's too fast. Okay, so in the rotation, okay, I know tutorial, so it's shape key rotation driver. Fortunately, I recorded that. Hold on, folks. Here. So this is.
On va déterminer à partir de quand on veut qu'elle soit activée à 100%. Et nous, ça va être, on va dire, à partir de 80 degrés sur l'axe X. Donc une fois qu'on a cette information,
Is an XYZ Euler.
ici dans notre chipkey, on va faire un clic droit pour ajouter un driver. Pour la variable ici, notre expression, on peut supprimer ce qu'il y a derrière, ce ne sera pas utile vu que c'est plus 0. Et même s'il y a écrit plus 1, ce ne sera pas utile, on a besoin juste notre variable. Donc la variable, ça va être la valeur de la rotation du bones dans cette pose-là. Donc par exemple là, on avait dit 80 degrés sur son axe Y.
This is 90 degrees.
Donc là, la valeur sera de 80 degrés. Bon, là, c'est des chiffres. En théorie, ce ne sera pas vraiment 80 degrés, étant donné que la variable ne s'exprime pas en degrés, mais en chiffres. C'est qu'on aura quelque chose qui vaudra 1,39 parce que ça va être converti en radian. Vous pouvez le voir ici, juste en dessous de ma souris. Donc ça, c'est un petit détail, voilà, que c'est bien de savoir, mais ça va pas être hyper important là tout de suite. Donc en gros, tout ce qu'il faut retenir pour l'instant, c'est que ça va être la valeur qu'aura le bone à la pose où on veut que la shape key s'active. Ensuite, ici dans Object, donc qu'est-ce qui va activer ma shape key? Ça va être le bone. Donc d'abord, on va devoir sélectionner l'armature, puis sélectionner le bon bone. Alors ici, sur la chaîne FK, on pourrait se dire, ah ben je vais aller prendre ce contrôleur-là, parce que c'est lui qui va activer ma shape key. Mais ça peut être un piège si on a une chaîne qui peut switch entre IFK et FK.
Okay, I know that. Where is the driver?
D'influence entre IFK et bone. Donc ici, notre driver, le def. Et on veut donc que quand sa rotation en X, en local, elle atteint 80 degrés, que notre shape key soit active. Donc ici, ce qu'on peut voir, c'est que on est dans la bonne pose et on a une valeur de 1,396. Et cette valeur-là, en fait, c'est la valeur de 80 degrés qui est juste convertie en radian. Donc en théorie, c'est pareil que si tu écrit 80 degrés. D'ailleurs, on peut le voir juste en dessous, ici, value 1,396 entre parenthèses 80 degrés. Donc voilà, c'est juste une petite conversion que Blender fait. Il n'y a pas de souci à ce niveau-là. Et donc nous, on veut que notre driver value juste ici, donc le résultat qu'on veut atteindre, donc 1 en l'occurrence, du coup on veut que notre shape key soit égal à 1 une fois dans cette pose-là.
Yeah, you want expression to set a value of 1, so it's the maximum variable rotation divided by the maximum the current rotation in radians, that will equals 1. No, yeah, so this is
c'est simplement divisé par la valeur qui est affichée, donc 1 en 300.
okay, but this is what I've done, and it didn't work for.
Quand on fait une rotation sur notre bras, la shape key s'active. Là, on voit qu'elle est égale à 1. Et si on fait une pose intermédiaire, sa valeur a bien bougé. Et donc, ces shape key corrections, comment elles vont être utilisées dans un ring?
Okay, so I don't know what went wrong. Maybe let's try again. So I already made it work, I believe, so I just don't know. Okay, we need first to find this. This value is this. Well, okay. Ah, this is effect transform. Yeah, I never knew this, so this is actually bad for this calculation, right? Yeah, this is the value. Okay, so yes, so this is of course it's not effect transforms, because the output was extrapolated. So if I just to do, let's say, about here, Yeah, now this is not extrapolated. Okay, so need to be careful. Cannot always use that. I don't know also why it is. Okay, 60 is just an illusion. It's here. It stops exactly as -60. Okay, so that was the culprit. So just didn't know about that. So we need to pick from here, not from the output. That can lead to problems. And this var, yeah, the negative value here, I don't think it would matter too much. Mathematically speaking, what will be more accurate? I don't know. This one is probably positive. Yes, so we... Yeah, then we end up with the same problems there, but... So we have... there's also another smile that I don't have. Would be nice to have. And here we can have the thrown expressions also. Same thing. Yeah, this is not good. Need to have to tackle that. We could make a corrective shape key for each one of these poses, but nah, I think we'll gonna see. But fortunately, as daunting as this may appear, there are not so many stuff to do. Yeah, we don't need all of them, so just go to mention some that I would like to have, of course. So the ice doesn't matter because we have a armature deform. Springcraft has I. Okay, now this bro pinch right. What is this? It is not very clear, but whatever. Bro lowered right, yes. So we want the lower bro, but we can split the bro in 3 parts, 2 to 3 parts. I like to make 3 parts. Apparently that is nice for shape keys led face rig, but this will be a generic one, and that would affect the shape of the eye, orbicularis oculi muscles and the eye hole. Then you have a bro inner. So the inner part of the bro goes up, yeah, for a surprise expression maybe. Then bro outer up, yeah, so can be for a part of a angry expression, for example. Nose near, that can be useful to combine with some other mouth expression. Nose near left, yeah, this could, you can think about that. Nasal dilation, I don't think my character has this one. Constrict, nasal constrict, also I don't think we have. Cheek squint, this is important, but we barely see anything here. It's the upper cheek, I guess. Puff cheeks, yeah, we want something like that. Cheek suck, the could be made, but I don't know where I would use for my character design. This could cause some problems with the shrink wrapping that protects precisely against this, so this kind of deformation or morphing. So this would be harder to tackle, but we're gonna ignore jaw open. Okay, we need a jaw open. It's like jaw close. This is more complicated. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember now, but jaw open, it's a shape key that will complement the motion of the bone, the jawbone that we have as a deformed bone. Yes, they can complement themselves, the shape keys. So you need a jaw left, jaw right, and a jaw open. The bone is already doing this, but we can complement. And mouth closed, this is in relation to jaw open. I think this is a very abstract thing. An expression that reveals how much the mouth is closed relative to the jaw being open. Oh, yes, of course. You see, the mouth can follow the jaw to be closed. So that means that we can bring the lips like here if the jaw is open. And then this is tricky. We can do this mouth closed, yeah, for the jaw open, right? But then if the jaw left and right, maybe this will also need to follow this. No, maybe it will automatically adapt. Then you have jaw forward. This is interesting. Jaw backward. Shape keys to complement the bones. Yeah, jaw clench. Yes. Maybe we can get something like this. Will be. Not sure I can express this in the character design. It would be nice though, but I think maybe we don't have the... Never thought. Jaw mandible raise jawbone. This is interesting, but you have to consider lip suck upper right, lip suck upper left, lip suck lower right, lip suck... Okay, so this lip suck is lower left part tucks in the... So this is interesting, is like the lips go inside the mouth. It's a bit what I have here in the anatomic, but it's not the same purpose. But it's kind of cool to have this, even separatedly. Who knows? It's kind of funny to have this expression of the lips. That's kind of interesting, right? Set up. Then lips corner left. Yeah, maybe this is implemented in this side. Oh no, this is something else. It's very weird what this does. Pulls into the mouth. It's like a purse. I don't understand. Here we don't have purse or lip funnel upright, lip funnel. Okay, this one we're gonna just do maybe one generic funnel thing. This is the puker mouth, I think, or no, it's not exactly. It can be different. The pucker mouth is more contract. That muscle. This is more like funnel, relaxed, but still mouth upper left right. Okay, this is very important. Mouth up. Yeah, when you have mouth up, it's the combination of those two. Then same here, we have these ones are nice to have all around. It's also very good for lip sync, I guess. can be reused, right? Mouth upper, deepen, right? What is this? Oh yeah, this is like this gust, right? Maybe. Mouth upper right moves just to exaggerate, I don't see why. Right lip mouth corner pull right, yes. Up and out. Yeah, it's like a smile. And then, yeah, until we have plenty of other stuff. Mouth dimple, this would be nice to have. Like a cute thing that we can make even in the character design, but if we can do the proper if the shrink wrap doesn't interact. Mouse raised upper, mouse raised lower, I think that's the part. Mouth press right, mouth press, so yeah, so this is the purse. Tongue out, and so the tongue, this will depend on how we rig the tongue. Probably the tongue is better with just with bones, but we can use it as a pose included in the pose asset with the shape keys, which are led by bones. Okay, and this is a lot of eyes stuff. Okay, what are those extras? I think they are the combined. Here is all the combined stuff. I think they added this later. Nice. So you have everything combined here, much simpler. Mouth open, revealing teeth. Yeah, this is important. Mouth upper. Okay, folks. So that was it. We bypassed by 20 minutes or so, but we got the improvements. I'm still not satisfied with this thing. I think we could have this automated without having a delta, but maybe I'll have to make more experimentation. We need thrown, so you see, one by one, if you get those expressions right, eventually this will be achieved. For the eyes, would start another day. It will be start with the eye blinks. Then there are different kind of closed eyes that I want to have here. There's the happy, the sleepy, sleepy, right, or sad, not sad, but yeah, the happy, the down, sleep, and the normal, right? And yes, folks, so thanks for watching. That will be it for this series today. Thanks, fellows here which participated in the chat. So see you soon for more of this streaming. Happy Blender, you have a nice weekend and week.